Okay, here we are back in Disgaea. So, off camera, I went ahead and got another Super Robo Suit up to level 100. So that gives me a trifecta here, plus the Yoshitsuna, so I move 18 spaces, I have 1,000,000 attack power, 1,000,000 defense, I'm only level 2,400. So to give you a demonstration of my power, we're gonna go pay a visit to the Lord of Terror. So let's blink behind him, just like they do in the anime. We're gonna yank his weapon. That in turn drops his attack power from around 1,000,000 to 400,000. Then we need to send out a martyr to grab him for a turn. End turn. Then we'll steal his armor so that he actually has less hit points. So that drops his defense to 400,000. So Night Slash hit him for 1.1 million. And out of curiosity, let's take a look at the stuff I stole. Rarity 0, Rarity 7. So we can get rid of this Nirvana for a Prinny costume, and Adele is looking a lot better than you did before. Basically, it doubles his hit points. So now to give you a demonstration of the Prinny's power. He hit the rogue for 1,000,000, and this humble dark hero for 0. And basically, without his gear, we'll go 1v1. You can see he actually does hurt me that way. That was a quarter of my hit points, about. And I'm hitting him for about a fifth of his. That's about it. Yeah, we'll say. It's kind of sketchy. So another pre-dance. This time it only hit me for 120, so he's losing some power. And now he can't go behind me anymore. So he still has an impressive amount of intel, and more than his actual attack stat. And the moment you've been waiting for. Prinny Baal executed. So, that's the power I have currently. As for with his equipment, due to the way his multipliers work, he's still going to pretty much one-shot anyone. If I got him a lot higher level, he might be able to withstand one hit, but that's kind of it. Now for the real reason for this video. It's time... Actually, it's not here. Human world.
Yay, 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 yay.
So keep in mind, normally they'd oppose this, but on account of Laharl being a tyrant, they decided to go unanimous. Plus, they know what happened if they dissented. So, it's time to invade Earth.
So this is the human world. What a dirty, stagnant place.
What are you gonna do now?
I think I'll pay a visit to our friend General Carter.
You really are vindictive, Prince.
What about going to see the Seraph?
Later.
Later?
Let's go! I shall strike terror into the hearts of those foolish humans!
So we basically have a ton of these cyborg units. So if you notice, these are only a mere level 70. They are not going to last too long. So keep in mind, if I use the hyperdrive, I literally can blink around the place and take them out. And I will do that a little bit. So I can hit some over here. In case you're wondering, this is supposed to be a bank robbery taking place. The cops have the bank surrounded, and thieves are right there trying to fight it out with the police, but they all unite against me because they know it's not going to end well for them. So in case you're wondering why they're going for him even though he's higher level, and they're actually getting through his armor little by little, but not by any serious amount, it's because they look at the stats and they realize, yeah, if we go after the Dark Hero, it's going to be one-sided. So at this point, they shouldn't be able to hurt us anymore. Aw, man. So we're gonna put him back in base. Blow these 3 down with Winged Slayer. And that's a wrap. Neo Eden. So here they're all just sitting there minding their business, guarding the base or something or another, and all of a sudden a Dark Hero shows up. 1 Winged Slayer later and they are out 5 guys. I should also mention the level on these guys since it may be a little important. But you can see right here, level 80. They've gone up by 10 levels from the previous mission. These ones eat the Dimension Slash, and then they're down 4 more. Oops, these only need a Blade Rush. And these guys are actually 110. Thing is, it's not really going to matter for them. And because I'm wielding a Yoshitsuna, I can hit them from range. EDF headquarters. So here's the final level.
Can't believe you came all the way here. Your wrath knows no limits.
Enough of your compliments. It's too late to try and sweet-talk your way out of this.
Damn it! There's only one thing left for me to do. I'll kill you all!
Carter transformed into Astro Carter. So there's an item here you're going to want to get. This is Astro Carter, as you can clearly see. It looks just like him and everything. And that is the Astro Suit. So he's only level 220. Not really much going for him. But this is the only source of the Astro Suit. And I should mention, this is the end of the game. So once you clear this mission, you complete the whole Conquer Earth ending. So let's nick this. And I'll show off its description because it's supposed to be a knockoff of the Super Robo Suit. A failure of modern science. It takes away your SP and your intelligence, but it gives you attack, defense, and so on. So this was giving him 1,331 attack power. So without it, he only has 2,000 attack. So here we have Imposter Defenders, and just a General. So I should mention in the PSP version that the game is based off of, you could get a Prism Ranger on your side. The thing is, you had to mess with the multiplayer thing and it took an eternity, and the Prism Ranger only had 20% aptitudes for all of its stats. So after you went through the headache of getting it, there was literally like no value to it. I don't know if you could actually improve its aptitudes by playing the multiplayer more or not. EX clear. So that was the final of the EX bosses, Carter. So if you ever see videos where someone has that and you wonder how'd they get it, they mess with the multiplayer. And I don't think the multiplayer is actually a thing in the PC version. So here's your Takeover Earth ending.
Papa.
Don't cry, Jennifer. This was all for the sake of the Earth.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll take over from here.
What?
Hey, wait! You can't!
Why not? I won the battle. To the victor go the spoils.
It's only common sense.
What happened to our plans to visit the Seraph?
What plans to visit the Seraph? And there's your little CG graphic thing. So, this one is like a little higher up from fighting the Seraph, because I think the Seraph was, what, level 80 or something, and Carter here is level 220. So, if you do a little bit of grinding, you can do this one a little bit afterwards. It's just, you won't really be able to do much into the post-game without doing a lot more grinding. And looking at my equipment, you can kind of see the testimony to that. So, part of the reason why I want to show this is because there is a glitch in the Steam version. I don't know if it's actually been fixed just yet. But the thing is, you want to create a separate save file before you actually go into Etna mode or New Game Plus. And the reason for that being is your story characters will sometimes be glitched when they rejoin the party. They will come with a fixed weapon and a piece of armor, and what was normally in those slots will be erased. So that means if you have like really nice equipment on story characters, like, to give you an example, a Nemesis Mark II or a Prinny costume, yes, these could disappear when I recruit Rosalind and Adele, then you could be out that equipment. So it's recommended when you want to move into a new game, take your good stuff off the story characters, and then when you start the new playthrough, put them on as they join. I'm trying to remember what they start with. I think it's like a Lucifer Force and an Exodus or something like that. And in case you're wondering, that Lucifer Force will be on the human characters also, just because of the way the glitch works. So if you wanted to use a monster weapon on a human type, then I guess you could, but you have to remember monster weapons are crappy in this game. So anyway, when you go into Etna mode, everything's going to be higher level. That's kind of subjective. I don't actually know how much the super bosses go up, like Prier. I'm kind of curious to see if I can still beat them without upgrading the Dark Hero any further. But keep in mind, the Demon Hall Mirror will have higher level enemies in it too, so you can grind a lot better than before. Trade-off, of course, though, is in order to get to that point, you do have to beat Adele and Rosalind, so yeah. But if you wanted to get someone up to level 9,999, I recommend doing that on Etna mode with the enhanced Demon Hall Mirror. Trade-off to it, of course, is you don't have Laharl in Etna mode, so you have to do his on Laharl mode. So I don't know how long these credits actually do go on for, because it's possible they could take longer than I actually did the whole gameplay thing for taking over Earth. So one of the other things we can talk about is if you're really a fan of the Prism Rangers, as far as I know they do appear in every Disgaea game, but it's not until the third one when Prism Red finally becomes playable. Now I don't know if he counts as a human or a monster unit in that game, since I really didn't care. And Beyond 3, I think he's a paid DLC character, so if you're playing the console versions, you gotta pay the DLC, or you can wait for the portable versions, which tend to have all the DLC put on it, included in the price, because who knows why. But that is one of the downsides to the later games. It has tons of DLC. Usually it's like $2 to $3 for each character, and it can very quickly get to the point where it costs more than the game itself did. Thing is, I really don't recommend doing that anyway, unless there's like one or two characters you really want, because it's a very big time investment to get these guys up to high level. And keep in mind, by high level, I don't just mean level itself, but in future games you can adjust aptitudes, crank them all the way up to 300%. You have all the reincarnations to do, weapon masteries if they're human, and basically there's a lot. These games can easily eat hundreds of hours of your time. Finn. So we'll play Etna's story from the beginning. So we need to save. You cannot carry over clear data without saving, and then do it in a different slot. So, short video, and when you pick up next time, it'll be starting off Etna mode. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.